Olympia Concierge Health Advisor. Whoa. Continuing on the Stop Exercising series. What are you talking about? Well, you need to exercise. What? Okay, exercise. You know, to look good. I can tell that you probably don't need to exercise to look good. Like, I'm sedentary at the moment. I'm not the sexiest voted guy, whatever. But compared to what I used to be, even just fairly recently, 18 months ago, come on, I am doing okay for me, right? So you can also increase your dating market value, sexual market value, by not having to work out. Boost it by working out, but if you're not supplementing, even more, because even if you're sedentary, you need to be supplementing these days. There's not enough micronutrients in our food supply chain anymore. We need to be supplementing. There's a link under each episode. You can pursue further with all the other free content and videos, articles, podcasts that I have to wade through what you really can do more with greater efficacy, greater efficiency, cheaper, because you won't be eating as much. You won't be craving the cakes and the Indian and Thai takeaway food and going out to expensive restaurants with exotic tastes, and then the 3 o'clock chocolate bar, or it's morning tea, muffin, cake. Muffins are cake, right? We know this. So, what was my topic going to be today? You've clicked on it, but before I make the title, I'm recording, right? So, shite. What was it? Come on, come to me. Come to me. All right. Yes. Premature deaths in athletes. There's this whole thing about footballers collapsing on the field. It's vaccines. Footballers have been collapsing all the time, even before this whole vaccine thing. Young athletes were collapsing and dying all around us all the time. Yes, there's probably 3 to 5 per 100,000 that collapse and die, but how many 100,000? Yeah, you know what I'm trying to get at here. So, and of particular note, which brought me to this particular topic of premature deaths in athletes, is 2021. There was this video of even current bodybuilders which died in 2021. There was 20 of them which they covered in this particular YouTube video. The ranges, the age ranges, the youngest ones that were dying were the females, 23-year-old, 27-year-old, 29-year-old. And some of the dudes, like even former Mr. Olympia of 2018, as recent as 2018, dead. Was it African American dude, 2018 Mr. Olympia, dead, age 46, and he was prepping again. He was going to go again. They put their bodies through extreme yada yada. Well, let me tell you, micronutrient deficiencies. He died of a heart attack, and usually with heart attack in athletes, cardiomyopathy heart attack, is selenium deficiency. If all of these guys were, and gals, if there was autopsies done, I don't measure for this anymore, but if you had to measure nutrient deficiencies, they will discover that selenium especially is deficient. That's just one of a myriad of micronutrient deficiencies that they'll discover. We can only measure a handful, maybe 30. I'm not sure if we can measure up to 40, but at least 30 we can measure, detect, measure, and that's why we know when there's an obese person that dies. And we used to, there was a whole study done in the 70s. Obesity is a chromium, vanadium, zinc deficiency. That's because the autopsies discovered that these obese people were deficient in chromium, vanadium, zinc. And with the heart attacks, selenium. Well, usually with selenium it coincides with copper, which means that you're micronutrient deficient of the works. A lot of the works, at least. For someone to die, it's pretty hard to kill a person. And if you're micronutrient micronutrient deficiency, if you're micronutrient deficient, you are deficient a lot to die. Because we live for decades decrepitly. And that's because those decrepit years, it's not just aging and genetics and treatment, this and that, side effects, yada yada. Micronutrient deficiencies, they don't have to kill you straight away. You're very deficient, and when you're deficient, you will live decrepitly. And when you're deficient by a mile or absent, I'm not sure about absence, because if you're absent, you're going to be dead for sure. But if you really deplete, you will die too of particular micronutrients. And WWE, like those professional wrestlers, some of those deaths, 40s, 50s as well. Florence Griffith Joyner, I don't think she got past the age of 40. It's probably her steroid use, her world record stand, and therefore she used steroids. She never got picked up. What if she didn't? But she was a fit, fast lady, and athletes die younger. Insurance companies know this. They don't know why, they just know it is, and they charge accordingly with life insurance. They got skin in the game, and they're going to charge those elite athletes. That's because of the risk they're taking. Risk. They just know that they die 1.5 decades before the rest of us. I don't know how and why. They're just going to look up the actuarial tables. We need to charge you this much. This because I get paid so much. The average Olympian only earns about $4,000 US per annum, per year. Yes, we have the millionaire athletes. But most of them, to get an average of $4,000 a year, some of them aren't earning a cracker. Not a cracker of money, of income. Some of the high-profile swimmers in Australia that are in the Australian Olympic team and that sort of thing, 30k. They're on 30k, and they're looked up to as mentors for our kids and that. And they're only on 30k. Go work at your supermarket, you'll be on 40k. Woo! Yeah. Anyway. Just wanted to highlight that, there's documented evidence of all these athletes dying young. But normal people are dying young too. Guess what? Normal people are also nutrient deficient. If they were athletes, they'd be dying quicker, because when you work out, when you exercise, when you train, train working out, right? Sweat is not just fluid and electrolyte loss, it's the whole complex of micronutrients that you're losing. And if you're not supplementing, so if you're working out, a weekend warrior or a professional athlete, if you're not supplementing, like taking in even more supplements, even if you're sitting on the couch, you need to be supplementing these days. Even since the advent of electricity, we should have been supplementing, but unknowingly. But for at least a few decades, we've known that you need to supplement or you're dead. Well, you certainly won't be living to 100, and we should be living to 100. Well nourished with micronutrients, macronutrients too, but that's not an issue anymore. If you're well nourished with your micronutrients, there's no reason why you shouldn't live to 120. So look me up in 30 years, see how I'm going. Look me up in 70 years and see if I get to 120. Because I started this game quite late too, I don't know if that's part of it, like there's been quite a bit of damage done for me. Because I started at the age of 47, I'm now 49. And so if you start at the age of 65, I don't know, you'll probably extend your life for more than a decade. That's for sure. Statistically, I was only looking at living till the age of 62, 63. I've smashed that. I've increased my life expectancy by at least a few decades. Let's see. I'm feeling the part. I'm feeling even better than when I used to be a triathlete. Because when I was a triathlete, obviously I was depleting myself of micronutrients, and I was always getting injured, and the signs of osteoporosis that were coming. Ooh. Yeah, I was drinking plenty of milk and dairy, but it's not enough. I was still eating that gluten. I was still eating junk food, I've smashed that. I've knocked it on the head. Look me up in 10 years, 30 years, 70 years. If you're still alive, let's compare notes. Anyway, before I go on too far, that's it for now. There's documented stuff out there, athletes dying young, and there's footballers collapsing on the pitch, and there's college and high schoolers collapsing and dying on us too. Micronutrient deficiencies, guys. What can I say? Yes, I know I was signing off, but just quickly, yes, I'm flogging the service here, the whole concierge health service, health advisor service, and yes, you're going to look at the prices and go, but if you want high efficacy, you need to grasp it well. Some people need to be pep talked well, and but all the information is there, but I'm not going to feed it to you. You just have to wade through it, and it's all there for free as well. Anyway, that's it. Bye-bye.